Hey everyone, this is Sonar Wave. This review was actually meant to go up on Monday, but the camera died before I could actually finish the recording, so it took me a couple of days to actually remember what I'd done with the battery charger prior to that. As it is an old camera, it does require batteries to power it still, so I finally found them. Hooray. But this is the last of the My Little Pony crossovers, at least for the time being. This will be the last one I'm doing. There is a Dungeons and Dragons set coming out. I'm not sure when. I won't be getting it because I know absolutely nothing about Dungeons and Dragons. So it would be absolutely pointless for me to do that. Or to have the set at all. Excuse me. I probably would have had this out a lot sooner. But as I said in my previous review, I did have a health scare with my pet cat. He's actually fine now. He's back to misbehaving and doing things he shouldn't, so that's always a good sign, no matter how annoying it is. And this one is from the Power Rangers series. This is based off the Pink Power Ranger, as you can see. They called the line Q Marks, and, well, each one was different. This one was Q Marks and Rangers. On this side, though, can actually see the signature from the original Pink Power Ranger to show that she approved of this being done, which is pretty cool. That'd probably be part of the reason I'd keep this. I did watch Power Rangers as a kid, like all children of the 90s. I did grow out of enjoying it though, so I haven't watched it in a very long time, so I don't remember a lot about it. The most recent thing I would have watched was the, I think it's the 2016 live action movie. I think that's when it came out anyway. But yeah, as I said, the fact that the original Pink Power Rangers signature of approval is on here is part of the reason I'll keep the box. The other reason is because I've got the other two in boxes, and it just looks silly if they were both in boxes and this one wasn't. I don't know if there's a signature or anything on the others. I would actually have to have a look at that. So that'll be something to look at eventually. But this is the Power Ranger. Well, the Power Pony, I should say. As you can see, around her hooves is the same pattern as you would see on the Pink Power Ranger's boots. On this flank is I think it's a pterodactyl, which was what the Pink Power Ranger flew from memory. As I said, I haven't watched this in a very long time, so as you can see, the tail, like the others, is the only thing that's movable, and two shades of pink. So you've got a darker pink, and then you've got almost like a hot pink. So I'd almost call this like a magenta. And it's the same sort of colour up in the mane. And they've done beautifully with the detail. Like, they've gotten the suit really well. There's the mask and the visor. And on this side you can actually see, I believe that's a blaster in one holster, and maybe supposed to have another one in that one, I don't know. And they just decided because of where the mane sat that they wouldn't put it in. And yeah, as you can see on the hooves, the patterns for what would be the Pink Power Rangers boots. But, like with the other ones, I do recommend picking this up if you're a fan of either My Little Pony or the show that they've crossed over with, because they've done, I think, an absolutely amazing job on all three of them. They've done amazing detail, and yeah, for me this is more, this one in particular was more because I'm a My Little Pony fan. Again, a kid of the 80s, born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. So My Little Pony was a staple, along with Power Rangers, along with Ghostbusters. I didn't actually have Transformers. G1 had finished by the time I was old enough to watch TV, and my mum wasn't a Transformers fan, so it wasn't really a part of my education, as it were, growing up. I got into Transformers through Robots in Disguise 2001, or I think the Japanese name was Car Robots. So that's how I got into that. But My Little Pony and Power Rangers were a big staple when I was younger. They were on TV. I had VHS or videotapes. I had the entire original My Little Pony collection as well. The original, not the re-releases that are coming out, but the original My Little Ponies. Unfortunately, there was a fire some years ago. We lived on a farm, and there was a fire, and they were in a playroom. And the playroom caught on fire, and it burnt down, taking the toys with it, unfortunately. So I no longer have that set, which is sad. I kind of wish I still had my Digimon Tamagotchi, though, because that probably would have been worth a bit of money now. Now that everything's old, that is coming back into fashion again, you know. Care Bears are becoming extremely popular again. Digimon, My Little Pony, since Friendship is Magic came out, it's had a resurgence of popularity, not just among females, but there are a lot of male bronies out there as well, which is nice to see. It's nice to see that, you know, it's crossing genders, it's not stopping anyone from liking it. And that's, you know, what these are really about. Yeah, back then they may have been designed for boys or for girls. I was one of the ones who didn't care if a cartoon was specifically for boys. I watched it because I enjoyed it. And that was how I saw it. So, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Beyblade, they were all boys' cartoons, or anime. But me, I could not have cared less. I watched them because I enjoyed them. But, like, I did watch girly cartoons and anime. As I said, I watched My Little Pony, I watched Sailor Moon. So I had a lot of different staples growing up. I've got a lot of different cartoons and animes that I love. I grew up with the original trilogy of Star Wars, Indiana, Ghostbusters. I was still part of that era that could watch, you know, where it was still extremely popular back then. Even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up with the 80s version. I grew up with the, not just, I don't want to say crappy, but poorly done, in comparison, live action movies. So, you know, to see My Little Pony crossing over with some of my favourite shows from back then, it's really cool to see. And you've got Transformers doing the same thing. They did Ghostbusters last year. I've got Ecto-1 in my collection. I've got Maverick on pre-order, which is from Top Gun. We've got Gigawatt, who's the transforming DeLorean from Back to the Future. Back to the Future was also a staple when I was growing up, so I'm looking forward to that as well. Hopefully soon here in Australia we'll see him popping up on EB Games and Zing. And that's where I got this one and its friends. I got them from EB Games Zing here in Australia. I'm not entirely sure about overseas. Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth may carry them, but I couldn't tell you for certain if they do or not, and I couldn't tell you which physical stores may or may not carry them either. So you'll either have to try your luck online or try your luck in stores. Generally, hobby shops like EB Games in places like America, I know they've got their own versions. I think it's called GameStop. I'm not sure. They might have it. But yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you for certain where you could actually get them overseas. I would caution, if you look on eBay, I would caution you about that, because scalpers do not play nicely with prices. We've seen with Gigawatt, they were buying it left, right and centre when the pre-order came out, and then selling it for ridiculous prices on eBay for pre-order. It was, you know, it was ridiculous, and they're going to keep doing it. So the best thing we can do is try to limit just how much business these scalpers get, because that is the only way we're ever going to truly be able to stop them, because they'll just keep finding more schemes and more ways to get around restrictions and finding loopholes and such. So, but again, I do recommend picking her and her friends up. They're well worth having in your collection. And, you know, they'll go in your pop vinyl collection, because that's what they are. They are a type of pop vinyl. So that's it from me. Again, this was meant to go up Monday. Due to technical issues, it didn't. So instead of 2 videos this week, it'll only be 1. Hopefully next week I will be back to a normal schedule. I've got a lot of Transformer reviews to get through. There's still more to come. There's new releases coming out soon. Double Dealer and Snapdragon. Hopefully we'll start seeing Wave 2 here soon, now that Voyages from Wave 3 of Earthrise are starting to show up in the US. We've got new Cyberverse stuff popping up here, so yeah, look, hopefully I'll be able to have some more stuff soon, and hopefully some more Harry Potter stuff as well, as that seems to be quite a popular draw for people to the channel, which I'm pleasantly surprised about. But thank you to everyone who gives my reviews a chance, even if you only watch a minute or two. It means a lot to me that you're giving it even that much of a chance. Hopefully, you know, in a year I can look at investing in better equipment and making better quality videos. For now, it's just not financially feasible for me to do and not something that seems worth it just yet. I want to see if this channel is going to be worth the effort I put in. So thank you for continuing to give me a go and for supporting me little by little. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later.